Hey there, welcome to Eve News, Weather and Sports. I'm Mike Azrai, and today is July 21st, 2025. It's time for a little bit of an update, so let's get to it. Dotland movements. In the movement of systems, or pardon me, alliances, the Goons gained about, what they gained? 700 people in the past week. And the big down change was We Form Volta seems to be closing out because they dropped 260 players, putting them at about 19. So Volta, are you guys okay? Which is really interesting seeing as it's just before the tournament season upcoming, and they have been high competitors in the past. Violence in Nullsec, it was Romeo Tango 64 TAC Charlie with 252 ships shot, about 170 pods. In Low-Sec, it was Tama, which had more violence than Amamaki and Abazon put together. And in High-Sec, as always, it was Jita. Now, Eve is interesting because there's a lot of communication ways to talk to various players, and I want to mention one of them. I is Discord, and Eve does have an official Discord. What Eve does not have is an official wiki, and I'll get to that in a moment. But I went on to the Discord and wound up with there's the usual chats. I only go on Discord about once a week because it's just too noisy for me. I like if you want to talk to me, get in touch with me in game through Eve Mail or send me a note on Twitter or something like that. Put a comment down below if that's your method. But Discord, you can count on me maybe seeing it within a week or two. That's it. But I was on Discord and wound up wandering over to one of the servers I'm on, which is Eve Uni, and wound up volunteering to do lessons again. I have taught for Eve Uni before. I've never been a member of Eve Uni, but I have done lessons for them. So I let you know if that happens. But I did want to touch on Eve Uni, and this is not me recruiting for them. I'm not a member of them. They did not ask for me to go looking for people to join them. But I just thought I'd mention this in passing. Eve Uni has made the wiki for the game. This is a bunch of players who in 2004 got together and said, let's form an alliance, an organization, a corp. And they have grown to be one of the largest information sources to the point where CCP, the owners of the game, kind of go to Eve Uni to look things up as well, because it is the most accurate and up to date that they're going to find, short of their own patch notes. Yeah. So if you're a new player and looking for a place to start, that's not a bad choice. But then again, if you're a new player and looking for PvP, Eve Uni has it, but then so do the big ones. You could join Pandemic Horde, you could join the Goon Swarm, you could join, if you're Russian, the Russian Federation. If you're speak Chinese, you can probably, or English. The big ones are so big that they have small special interest groups contained within their large organizations. So if you speak Portuguese and want to be with other people from Portugal or Brazil, then probably the big groups might have a small coterie of players who speak the same language you do. On the other hand, if you join a corp that has 15 members, there's really good odds that you're not going to find subgroupings. They are the subgroup. So this is a thing where you're out looking for the right match. Now, occasionally there are bad places to go, and I am not going to name names. Reddit does a great job of naming names as to where are the less desirable organizations to join, unless you happen to be a member of their special interest group. I hope you're not, but if you are, then you can just not like and subscribe. I'm fine with that. The I will include in the comments or the notes for this a cartoon, which will give you a hint as to who I'm talking about, but I won't say it directly because, like I said, I'll name names when it's good news. I will be much more diplomatic when I'm talking about people who are less than good news. But I hope that you are managing to keep this. Wow, I may come in just about 5 minutes. It's a slow news week. Did I cover everything? Discord. I'll put a link to Discord down below. The one thing that bothers me is I give the updates on high sec, low sec, and null sec. They don't have stats, or at least wise Dotland doesn't have stats for Pochfen, 27 systems where a lot of stuff happens, or for wormholes. A lot more systems, but a lot harder to map and get to. Nor do they mention Thera or the other one escapes me off the top of my head. I'd love to be able to tell you how weather is over there, but I just don't have the weather stations in place. But until next time, I hope that you have yourself a lovely one. I've upped my standards, so up yours. Slightly modified iced coffee. I'll catch you on the flip flop.